We all know the exact feeling of setting an ambitious new goal. Whether you decide to launch a company or completely rebuild your physical fitness, day one is always fueled by an explosive, temporary surge of inspiration. But fast forward just a few days. The initial excitement fades, alarms get ignored, gym deferred to next week. Instead of working on strategy, we retreat to digital distractions. This line graph tracks motivation over a 7-day period. It highlights a biological flaw. Motivation is an emotion. By design, human emotions are volatile. They create a sharp, erratic spike on day one, then flatline to almost zero. Look at what happens when we overlay the actual, daily required effort. If your ability to take action requires an emotional high, execution stops the moment you face physical or mental resistance. You are left stranded in this failure gap. To cope with this lack of action, we often fall into the illusion of progress. We consume success-oriented content, watching videos of other people working. It provides a shallow sense of productivity, while we take zero real-world action. Waiting for the perfect mood is a broken strategy. The emotion of motivation lacks the biological durability to sustain the long-term effort required to achieve an objective. Discipline is the antidote to emotional volatility. It is a reliable, unemotional mechanism that operates regardless of how tired or uninspired you might feel on any given morning. Substantial transformations are the delayed result of invisible microactions. This is the law of compounding effort, progress built through repetition rather than a single event. This equation demonstrates the mechanism. You input daily minimums, an hour of focused study, 30 minutes of fitness, or 20 minutes of planning. Initially, results are invisible, but over 365 days, those tiny units lock together, forming a monolithic, complex tower of achievement. Success is the mathematical output of your routine. It is a product of consistency, independent of how you feel about the work. Running this compounding equation requires you to confront the comfort zone. While it feels safe, this zone is the primary source of friction that halts your momentum. Real growth begins exactly where comfort ends. A person who seeks out discomfort and takes calculated risks will consistently outpace someone who relies on the safety of excuses. We often interpret a failed attempt as a final endpoint. In a disciplined system, every failure serves as a necessary step in the process. When Thomas Edison tested thousands of materials for a working filament, he viewed his lack of success as data collection. This disciplined approach allowed him to process 1,000 ways that didn't work. It was the specific requirement needed to isolate the one method that did. Consider a modern trader analyzing their financial losses. They extract data from those initial mistakes to construct a strict risk management framework. Within a disciplined system, failure serves as a mandatory data input to optimize the final result. Motivation is the spark that starts the engine, but discipline is the transmission that actually moves the car. Building that transmission requires foundational operational habits. Wake up early for silent focus. Exercise daily to forge mental resilience. Restrict your phone usage so distractions don't control your attention. These habits force a critical internal shift. Mapping out your day eliminates the empty space where hesitation thrives. Following through on the promises you make to yourself constructs an ironclad sense of self-respect. Daily discipline is the active choice to prioritize long-term desires over immediate temporary comfort. This architecture of action only functions if you choose to build it. Waiting for a perfect moment or an external push simply keeps the system offline. This scale illustrates the final calculation. You can either carry the small daily weight of discipline or eventually shoulder this heavy, crushing weight of regret. Extraordinary people aren't constantly inspired. They're simply consistent. They do the work regardless of the conditions. The timeline to change your life starts today.